Can we talk about something really annoying? Like, why does my brain always remember things when I'm trying to sleep? Like, I could have a completely normal day, and then at 1 a.m., I'm thinking about a conversation that I had like 3 months back. And I'll be having thoughts like, why did I say that? Or I'm thinking about a text that I never got a reply to, or wondering that if I sounded weird at that time. And I used to think that this meant I was just an overthinker, like maybe my brain just likes making my life difficult. But then I came across something called the Zeigarnik effect, and don't worry, I had to Google how to pronounce it too. It's basically a fancy psychology term for the fact that our brains hate unfinished things. It keeps bringing them back because somewhere in the background it is trying to make sense of that event, of that memory. And honestly, when I read that, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not that crazy. My brain just hates loose ends. And it's kind of like having a bunch of open tabs on your laptop, and most of them are closed, but there is this one tab which is still running in the background, and every few minutes it starts blinking like, hey, do you remember me? We have still some unfinished business left. And then I started thinking about Piggy, because imagine Piggy gets left on scene and Piggy tells everyone that it's okay, it's it's fine, it's over, it doesn't matter. Seen but ignored. But is actually Piggy okay? Is actually Piggy over it? No, Piggy is not over it, because Piggy's brain still has that tab running in the background. And every time Piggy is quiet or trying to sleep or doing absolutely nothing, that tab starts blinking again. Like, hey, Piggy, we are still figuring this one thing out. And yeah, don't forget it. And I think that's why forcing ourselves to stop thinking about a certain event is not something that is always going to work, because our brain thinks that it is actually helping us, that it's taking us back to a memory which is important for us to not forget about. And this is actually one reason why I love drawing things out, because sometimes your brain keeps carrying something because it just think that it is an important event which we may not forget, or brain doesn't want to lose that event. And once you put it somewhere on a paper, on a journal, on a drawing, any messy kind of random doodle, any messy list, your brain doesn't have to hold on to that so tightly anymore. It's almost like you are telling it that don't worry, it's here. We don't have to keep replaying it. We have given it a safe folder to exist outside of this space. And it doesn't magically solve everything, but it can make that thought feel a little less loud, a little less heavy, a little less like it's taking over your whole brain. So, if you have been replaying the same thing over and over again lately, maybe don't immediately assume that there's something wrong with you. Maybe your brain is just holding on to something which is unfinished, and maybe the first step is not to just get rid of that thought. Maybe it's just giving it an external place to go to exist somewhere else. So basically, provide it with a safe folder outside of your brain. Just write it down, draw it badly, or just make a messy random list about it. So, like, giving a keywords to it, because sometimes your brain keeps carrying things simply because it doesn't know where else to put them. Things Piggy learned today is that my brain hates unfinished things.